The Livingstone Extruder is a helpful tool to remove the sediment from the core barrel after collection. Once the core is at the surface and you've cleaned off the core barrel, the next step is to unlock the square rod. You do this by fully extending the square rod and then giving it a quarter turn back counterclockwise. This allows the square rod to move through the core barrel. Once the rod is in position, slide the square rod as far as you can until it reaches the top of the piston. The core is now ready for extruding. To attach the extruder, place the drive rod connector through the hole on the front of the extruder. Flip the switches on the winch drum at the top to allow for free spool motion to get the strap off of the extruder and attach it to the top of the coring device. You'll slide out enough strap to reach the coring head. When you get to the coring head, you will wrap the strap underneath and around the top. It's important to make sure that when you attach the strap to the coring head at the top, you keep the cable free so that it doesn't get snarled up when you start to extrude the core. The back part of the hook should be pointed up towards the top of the core, and the gate of the clip should be facing the core barrel. Make sure the strap is clear from any obstructions so the winch can pull back cleanly without any interference. Remove any of the slack that you have in the strap while you're still in the free spool mode on the winch. Then flip the levers back towards the gears to engage the winch. Keep the cable free and off to the side so that it can pass through the hole in the top of the coring head. Once you have all of the components attached, you'll lift the core barrel and place it into the ABS tubing that is going to be used as your secondary liner for the sediment core. You'll want the bottom of the core barrel to be lined up with the end of the ABS tube. If you are actually extruding sediment, you'll want a piece of plastic wrap in between the ABS tube and the Livingstone barrel while you're extruding to catch the core. The plastic wrap keeps the sediment from sticking to the ABS and will be wrapped around the sediment to keep it from drying out. If you're working from the ice, the hole in the back end of the Livingstone extruder can be used to affix an ice screw and attach the device to the ice surface. Once everything is in place, you'll want somebody to operate the extruder and someone to hold the ABS in place to make sure that the core goes into the liner. Use the ratcheting handle on the extruder to pull the coring head and barrel back from around the sediment. You may need to hold the top edge of the ABS tube with your fingers to keep it from sliding up with the core barrel as it moves. Once you can see the bottom of the piston at the end of the core, you know that you've extruded the entire way. You'll need to go back into the free spool mode on the winch at the top to get some slack in the strap to be able to unhook the extruder from the top of the Livingstone head. You can use a utility knife or other sharp object to cut the sediment free from the piston when you pull the core back off the top. The Livingstone core is now free to be washed and cleaned and ready to take your next core.